What if the reason you work so hard isn't because you love or respect yourself? What if it's because you actually don't? I've always considered myself ambitious. I believe in discipline, consistency, hard work. I believe that becoming better is one of the most meaningful things a person can do. But lately, I've been wondering if that's the whole story. Because every time I accomplish something, I don't feel satisfied. There is no form of satisfaction. I just create another goal. And I'm starting to wonder if my ambition isn't coming from self love and self respect, but from the belief that who I am right now is never good enough. And maybe you've experienced this too. You tell yourself, when I accomplish this, I'll feel proud of myself. When I reach this milestone, I'll finally relax. When I become this version of myself, I'll finally feel enough. But then you get there and you realize it didn't even fill the void that you expected it to. So instead of celebrating, your mind immediately thinks, okay, what's next? There's always another goal, another milestone, another standard to meet. It's like the finish line keeps moving. And I've realized something that I don't think I've ever admitted out loud, which is that I don't celebrate my achievements. It's not something I'm very fond of doing, and it's not because I'm humble or because I don't care. It's because every accomplishment feels like something that I was supposed to do anyway. You know, getting good grades, obviously. Finishing a project, that's just what was expected. Reaching the goal that I've been working on for months, it's like good. Now move on, you know? And I don't experience achievements as these sorts of extraordinary events. I literally see it as fulfilling an obligation. It's like I've reached this point where nothing is good enough. No matter what I do, it's never going to be good enough. It's like I've created this impossible, unbelievable contract with myself where nothing I do is ever worthy of being celebrated because in my mind, I was always supposed to do it. So every accomplishment is immediately downgraded to the bare minimum, you know? And if I don't exceed the bare minimum, I feel like I failed. And that's why I never stop because there's always more to do, always another goal, always another version of myself that I think I should become. And somehow being exhausted has become normal. If I'm resting, I literally feel guilty. If something comes easily, I question whether it is of value or valuable enough or if I even deserve it. If I'm not feeling overwhelmed, I feel like I'm wasting my potential because I'm not doing enough. And people call it discipline, people call it being driven, people find it admirable, but no one asks why you feel incapable of simply existing, without earning your worth. And I've spent a lot of time actually wondering where this stems from, at least for me. You know, I grew up in a household where I always felt like I had to perform. Good grades mattered, being responsible mattered, doing well mattered. And while I know my family wanted the best for me, I can't help but wonder if I learned that love and worthiness were things that I had to earn. You know, when I succeeded in something, I felt seen. When I achieved something, I felt valued. When I impressed people, I felt like I deserved to take up space. So now, as a young adult, I find myself asking, have I spent my entire life trying to prove that I'm worthy? Because I think there are actually two kinds of ambition. You know, one where you say to yourself, I want to become more. And the next one is, oh, I want to become more because who I am today is not enough. And from the outside, they look exactly the same. Both people work hard, both people are disciplined, both people achieve incredible things. But internally, they're living two completely different lives. And maybe that's why there is a part of me that genuinely likes the struggle. You know, I like seeing how far I can push myself. I like proving to myself that I can survive difficult things. I like being exhausted because somehow exhaustion feels productive. Exhaustion has become equivalent to productivity and fulfilling my potential. Pain has become evidence that I'm worthy. And that is actually a very terrifying realization to come to. Because maybe I'm not addicted to success. Maybe I'm addicted to relief. And this is because every achievement gives me some sort of permission, to stop criticizing myself for just a few minutes. And then the feeling just disappears. And my brain starts looking for the next thing to accomplish. Maybe that's why the finish line keeps moving. And if your self worth is attached to your accomplishments, you'll never actually get to enjoy them. Never. Every mountain that you climb will reveal another mountain to climb. Every finish line becomes like another starting line, another starting position. You'll spend your whole life trying to earn something that was never supposed to be earned in the first place. And maybe that's why ambition isn't even seen as a form of self hatred. Because it looks like discipline, it looks like productivity, it looks like success, it looks like all of these things that are admirable. So nobody notices that underneath all of that is someone who believes that they constantly have to justify their existence, you know? And all in all, really, I don't think working hard is unhealthy. I don't think discipline is toxic. I don't think ambition is some inherently bad thing. I think the real question here is, where is your ambition coming from? Is it coming from excitement, curiosity, purpose? Or is it coming from the quiet belief, yet loud sometimes, that you're only lovable and worthy when you are achieving something? Because those are two very different lives. And yes, I'm still ambitious. I still want to challenge myself. I still want to see what I'm capable of. I still want to fulfill my potential in life. But I'm trying to practice something that is seemingly very difficult for me to do, which is celebrating. celebrating myself, celebrating my wins, no matter how big or small they are. And it's not because I've reached the end or because there's nothing left to accomplish. I am making an effort to celebrate because this version of me deserves acknowledgement too. This version of me is a part of my journey that will get me to my ultimate goal. I'm trying to stop treating every achievement like overdue homework. I'm trying to stop believing that every goal is simply an obligation I was expected to fulfill. I'm trying to let myself experience pride instead of relief. I'm trying to believe that my worth isn't waiting for me on the other side of the next accomplishment, you know? And maybe the healthiest form of ambition isn't waking up every day trying to prove that you're enough. Maybe it's waking up every day believing that you already are and actually choosing to grow anyway because you have more potential. You believe that you have more potential and you believe that you have more to offer. Because growth isn't supposed to feel like some sort of punishment. Growth is supposed to feel like a gift, an opportunity. And yeah, that's all I have for today. And I hope that this has been positively impactful and helpful in some way. And as always, I'm sending everyone my love. Bye bye.